Jennifer, are you on? Not sure if you were going to be able to watch it this time or not. This lighting's kind of, let's see. If that'll help or not. Not really. Okay. Hey there. Jennifer, you need to help me figure out lighting. I need to find a different room, apparently. If I close these blinds, it's way too dark. Let me see if I open these over here. Let's see. Now it's kind of bright from the other way. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it over here without that moving. Is that better? Sorry. I got a weird angle here. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to have this set up before 6 o'clock. There we go. Okay. I apologize if I start sneezing during this, guys, but my allergies, despite all my efforts, are doing a number on me. Everything is blooming here in Kansas, where I'm at, and I haven't reacted like this in a long time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Tonight I'm going to talk about the gut-brain connection. My name, if you're not familiar with who I am, I've been on here several times, and my name is Meredith, and I'm a licensed clinical marriage and family therapist and a doTERRA oil educator. So I'm going to make sure I've got several different notes here I want to make sure I touch on. So I wanted to first just start off by saying that a lot of my information tonight is going to come from Rebecca Hinsey and Dr. Daniel, who's a licensed clinical social worker. Both of them are experts in the world of mental health and in doTERRA as well. So I really like their information. They have the Emotions Mentor website that I have found a wealth of information on for my own private practice as well as my own mental health care, and reaching out to family and friends when they need resources that I may not be well versed on, or if they want like a second opinion. They also have a podcast that I really enjoy. It works better for me because I'm often in the car, so I can just listen to the podcast as I'm driving instead of trying to keep up with the blog or articles that they put out. They also have some trainings for those of you that might want more information, especially those of you working with mental health in different populations. It's a really good resource. Let's see, where should I start? Let me get my notes. I thought I had them in order here, but I don't. Apologize, guys. Here we go. Sorry, my kids just got home from school a little bit ago and getting supper ready and everything got shifted around. So anyway, back to the gut-brain connection. So there's a lot of new research coming out all the time on this. So I want to touch on what we're hearing a lot more about is that the gut acts like a second brain in our body. And so what they mean by that is, sorry, I'm going to drink. Just too much congestion and stuff going on today. So what they mean by the gut being a second brain is that it's a complex and sophisticated nervous system called the enteric nervous system, which contains more than 100 million nerve cells. lining your GI tract. So if you think about when you experience nervousness, jitters, whatever you want to call it, feeling on edge, that's why we've got so many nerves in our stomach lining. But that's why when we're feeling it emotionally, we oftentimes feel it in our stomach as well. The gut and brain are hardwired together, so there's a direct correlation there. Many studies have linked changes in your microbiome to mood disorders like depression and anxiety. Some research has even found that eating probiotics may have similar effects to antidepressants in helping ease symptoms of depression and anxiety. So that's where I just kind of want to touch on the gut-brain connection, and the reference that we're hearing a lot more about is the gut being like a second brain in our body. Sorry, guys. Lots of sniffling and clearing of the throat today. Okay, so most of us know what bacteria in the gut is. Most of us are well versed on that. So bacteria in the gut not only regulates your intestinal health, but it also directly affects immune system and your central nervous systems, thus playing a huge role in a large variety of diseases, disorders, and more than we ever realized until recently. There's just a ton more research coming out in the last few years. Ongoing research is looking at the connection between gut health and depression, anxiety, immune disorders. So when I say immune disorders, things like lupus, autoimmune deficiency, those kind of things, nervous system diseases, and autism. I've also heard a lot of research done on the gut health being directly related to ADHD type symptoms and being able to address that along with sleep disorders as well. So just a ton of new information coming out directly related to this topic. Two of the key elements to a healthy gut-brain connection are eating an abundance of nutrient-rich foods that reduce inflammation and nourish the body, for one. And number two, preventing gut dysbiosis. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that one right, but what dysbiosis is the overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut. So the two key elements in maintaining a good, healthy gut-brain connection are, again, one, eating an abundance of nutrient-rich foods that reduce inflammation and nourish the body as well. And then number two, preventing gut dysbiosis, which is the overgrowth of bad bacteria in the gut. Okay? They also note that the goal of it, so if you're wanting to address these things, starting off, the information that I really like that Rebecca Hensey and Daniel, really touched on that I like, because so many of us, I think, you don't want extreme. You want to start off in a way that you know you're going to be successful. And I know some people are all in, and that works best for them, but not everybody. But they pointed this out, that the goal to achieving this is easier when you first add the good stuff. And then once you're seeing the benefits and the rewards to how you're feeling, then begin eliminating the bad, rather than trying to do it all at once. And when they refer to the bad things, those things would be sugar, refined grains, and processed foods. So if I refer to the bad foods or the bad things that we're putting in our body, I think most of us assume that. But again, sugar, refined grains, and processed foods. So the first goal is to add to the diet, is adding things to the diet that reduce inflammation. Some of those things, so I'm going to give you a whole list of different foods and different things that you can add to your diet that reduce inflammation in the body. So they're anti-inflammatory properties. Number one is oils high in omega-9 fatty acids. Number two, fish, especially those high in omega-3s. Number three is nuts and seeds. 4 is fruits. 5 is leafy greens. 6 is avocados, broccoli, bell peppers, and cabbage. Those things that are really vibrant, dark, with dark pigmentation are best at fighting the inflammation. Number 7, whole grains. Number 8, herbs and spices. And number 9, dark chocolate that's at least 70% cacao. Most of us can get on board with the chocolate, especially, I think. There's a lot of us chocolate fans out there. I know I am. And then number 2 is working towards the balancing the good gut bacteria with probiotics. So probiotics are found in things like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, anything that's fermented like that. So make sure I didn't miss anything here. So that gives you a good idea on some of those things you can do to address your diet by both adding some things in to help address it and then eliminating those sugars, refined grains and those processed foods after you've kind of added those things to help regulate your good gut bacteria. Try saying that 10 times fast. Good gut bacteria. So some of the recommendations that I have are utilizing the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. I love it, and I can't imagine life without it. Not only does it help fill in those gaps nutritionally for me that I don't get because hi Nicole, sorry, I just saw your comment. Because when I'm on the go so much, I don't always eat, well, one, I don't always eat as often as I should. Number two, I don't always eat as well as I should. Sometimes I'm missing some of those vegetables or the fruits or even a major protein. So having the Lifelong Vitality, I splurged on these. I don't usually do the packs, but they just came out at the beginning of the year. So you can see, sorry, the light's really bad. So they're a little bit more, but for me in my life with my kids being active in sports and different activities, me running in my own private practice and then my own oil business in conjunction with my mental health practice, as well as a few other things that I've got on my plate right now, this has been the best option for me because I can throw several packs in my bag or keep them in the console of my vehicle, but I usually just keep them in my bag. Since it hasn't been too warm or cold lately, it's kind of been mild. I haven't worried about them getting too hot or cold, but it's just been so convenient. So the Lifelong Vitality helps with, let's see, so you're getting your fish oil, you're getting your omega-3s there, and your omegas. You're getting a cellular complex, and there's a nutrient complex that is, serves as like a multivitamin as well. And I believe Jennifer talked about all of them a couple weeks ago. If you want more information, comment and we'll link you to that. So anyway, helps address the nutritional gaps in the cellular health. So I like to focus on that. There's also a tummy tamer in them. A lot of people struggle with taking vitamins that are hard on their stomachs and causing digestive issues. The tummy tamer has, I believe it's ginger and peppermint, maybe caraway. I'm probably forgetting something. I should have had it right in front of me and I forgot. But I've never had any stomach issues with these vitamins, and I have with others in the past. And I encourage people when they're wanting to try the supplements here, to just start with like a single dose twice a day and then work up to it. What's Nicole said? Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, as a mom, if I don't take them in the morning, I can totally tell because I'm dragging by noon. And then I usually split mine up. I take one pack in the morning and then one in the afternoon, so it gets me through the busy afternoons and evenings too. Agree 100%. I can't imagine my life without it. And then back to the gut health. I also take the PB Assist Plus, which is a probiotic and a prebiotic that helps support your body's production of maintaining good production and healthy regulation of good gut bacteria. So I just take that with my vitamins as well. The Terrazyme is the other thing I wanted to touch on, and I think it's really good, especially as you're working on eliminating and address when you're introducing those new foods and you're still eating maybe some of those things that aren't necessarily good. I did list it all. Thanks, Nicole. The Terrazyme is really good at addressing some of those processed foods and stuff that you haven't gotten eliminated from your diet. So in summary, it supports proper digestion of food nutrients and cellular metabolism of nutrients into energy. So again, I just taught a class 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about somebody was having trouble eating bacon, and it was really upsetting her stomach. So I was talking about, here's some other things that you could try as you work on maybe eliminating that from your diet if it's triggering some negative gut reactions. And then I wanted to recommend or make suggestions for a couple oil combinations that work really well for overgrowth of bad gut bacteria. So for the overgrowth, you want to do 2 to 3 drops of oregano and melaleuca in a veggie capsule with a carrier oil such as like the fractionated coconut oil, and take that daily. Or instead of the oregano and melaleuca, you can use 2 to 3 drops of rose and thyme and do that daily as well. And when addressing inflammation, you can do 1 drop of turmeric or frankincense on your thumb and then just press it. You just want to do a drop. You're going to take a drop there, open your mouth, and then just press it to the roof of your mouth and hold it for about 30 seconds. So press against the roof of your mouth twice a day. Or you can mix it with a carrier in a veggie capsule as well. If you don't like the taste, turmeric's pretty intense. I don't mind frankincense at all, but I think it was an acquired taste. and those are safe for internal use. So let's see. There was one thing I wanted to touch on. Oh, got it. Sorry, guys. I haven't done this for a month and I'm already scattered. Maybe I just need to do it more often, Jennifer. Anyway, so that is the information I have. So basically, taking care of your gut is going to enhance your ability to manage anything that you encounter as far as diseases you're exposed to, illnesses that your body could be predisposed to due to genetic reasons, or exposure to chemicals and those types of things. But it also is a strong factor that they're seeing more and more research and evidence-based research on taking care of your gut to prevent anxiety, depression, address ADHD symptoms, a lot of those mental health issues as well. And I also wanted to touch on one last thing. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So get prepared, because I think Jennifer's going to have a really great wealth of education on supporting mental health needs, along with some of the rest of us on the team. So get ready to see that coming out. I would guess the end of the week. Jennifer, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe early next week. She usually posts it at the beginning of the month. And so since May happens to start midweek this week, I would guess by next Sunday or Monday she will have the May schedule posted. So be watching for that. If you have any questions, tons of ideas. Yeah, I've got some too. So we need to talk soon, see what we can share with everybody. So if you have any questions, feel free to direct message me or comment on here, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Between the congestion that I thought I had under control and the drainage, I'm struggling a little bit. Thanks for being patient with me. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.